If you were looking out this window as I am, you'd see that this is a very grey day. But had you been here 2 days ago when there was a pilgrimage round the island and the sun was out in all its magnificence, then it was turquoise blue. That was the colour of the water, because the sea there has white sand underneath it, which on a good day reflects the blue of the sky. So people come here sometimes just because it's a very beautiful place. There's nothing between us and America apart from the Atlantic Ocean. But other people come here because it's a place where a major evangelism campaign began when in 563 St. Columba came from Ireland to begin his mission to the Scots on Iona. And he developed a form of mission whereby sending monks out 2 by 2 to befriend people before they evangelized. Through this method, much of Scotland was won for Christ. And the mode of evangelism, the method of evangelism, was copied back in Ireland, where Columba came from, and down into missions in England, and also copied by one of his successors as a missionary monk, Columbanus, who took the gospel from Britain, the British Islands, into Europe, as far away possibly as Prague and maybe up even into the Ukraine. So it's a place which in the 6th century was a centre of missionary outreach. And through the ages, from the 5th to the 15th century or 16th century, it suffered. The Celtic Church gradually faded away. The Benedictines came. They were attacked several times by the Norsemen, the Vikings from Norway and Sweden. And at the Reformation, the whole place, the Abbey, which had been a magnificent building in the 15th century, was desecrated. It was ruined, pulled down, and the houses in the village were built from the stones of the Abbey. The landlord rebuilt it at the end of the 19th century, at least the cathedral part, the small cathedral, and the community of which I'm a member began to rebuild the monastic buildings where people eat, live, sleep, talk, walk in 1938. And since 1938, this place has become a place of pilgrimage for people coming not just to a historic site, but to plug into a prophetic community which is sometimes in the centre of the church and sometimes on the fringe of the church, but which has pioneered in Scotland work with regard to ecumenism, social justice, healing, reconciliation, and the project which I'm working on, which is the renewal of worship in our churches. So people come here for a number of reasons. Some people are very disturbed when they arrive and they find there are no monks running about in cowls in among the ruins, but there are children playing, there are people, white people singing South African freedom songs, there are people doing Bible study who are laughing, and there's worship which, though this week, for example, predominantly led by Presbyterians, allows for a degree of colourfulness and expression which is pretty rare in this part of the world.
We walk his way, we walk